Hello, my lovely Inspector Never Evan Show on JMJ Books Corner. And today we're starting a new weekly reading vlog. Today is July 2nd, Wednesday, July 2nd. I figured I'd come in here and we'll go ahead and start this vlog. I did read a book already in the beginning of this vlog that I didn't document. I didn't document our trip at all. I just kind of was taking in this new space and stuff and everything else. But I did read My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I technically finished it yesterday morning or this morning. No, yesterday morning. So My Heart is a Chainsaw, that is the first book in my favorite trilogy of all time. And my original plan was to read all three on this trip. However, My Heart is Chainsaw, because I guess I've read it so many times and there is nothing new to take away from this story except for how amazing it is and how beautiful and how layered and how like some of the things that happened in the third book I didn't realize were set up in the first book, which is also beautiful. Because of this, I didn't actually make it through the other two sequels on this trip. I only made it through My Heart is Chainsaw and Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which will be in the 5-star prediction. So yeah, so I didn't get to the sequels at all on the trip, but we have started Don't Fear the Reaper, which is the second book. The first book, My Heart is Chainsaw, stars a woman named Jade Daniels that she believes she's about to live through a slasher. She's trying to figure out what type of slasher it is. So you have a supernatural slasher, you have the direct like killer slasher, you're trying to figure out who done it. You have the wacky mix of both. You have creature feature slasher where it's like Jaws, and she's going through all these different horror movies. This has a great list. There's a lot of spoilers for them, so if you're looking for a spoiler filled list, this is fucking amazing. Stephen Graham Jones just is perfection in my opinion. This trilogy is literal perfection also in my opinion, and I just slid right into the second one and I'm just like absolutely obsessed with it. Just as much as I was obsessed with the first time, and the second time in my opinion this is a perfect sequel. And so yeah, the way I do say this is the first book is like a 75% slasher, so like the first 75% has some gnarly kills and stuff in it for sure and some really disturbing topics. However, the actual like slasher horror of it all doesn't happen until like the last third. Don't Fear the Reaper is the exact opposite. It's a slasher all the way through. It's 100% murder on page non-stop. And then Angel of the Indian Lake is the burial ground of the middle, where half the novel is pretty much story based, not a lot of slashing going on, whereas the other half is an unbearably comfortable story where you just want to like bottle up and die. Okay, it's beautiful, it's perfect, everything. I'm really curious how I feel about some of these other bigger reveals and or changes that were made to the source material by Stephen Graham Jones. That being said, I love Jay Daniels as a character and I love a lot of these side characters as well. Very excited to know that I have this trilogy and able to binge it when I want. We're reading Don't Fear the Reaper today. I will finish it today, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever, and then we'll move on to Angels of Indian Lake before we jump into our normal daily programming. I started this trilogy, I'd like to read all three, so that's what I'm going to do. That being said, intro, I'll talk to you soon. Hello, I figured I'd come in here and update you. I think this vlog is going to be 2 weeks long instead of one because I just been real shit about talking to you. Sorry about that. I think the last time we talked, I was in the middle. Don't Fear the Reaper. I have since finished Don't Fear the Reaper and Angels of Indian Lake. I read those relatively soon after I got done updating you. I gave them both 5 beautiful stars. They were perfect. My favorite book out of that trilogy is officially going to be Don't Fear the Reaper, however. It's just the most slashery of them all. Jade Daniels of the character is perfection. No one can tell me different. And I just like absolutely love Stephen Graham Jones' writing. And then I picked up In the Wilds, which is the first book in the Warriors. This is an inside joke between me and my friends, so I don't really have anything else to tell you except for that. This is a 3. I really just cannot handle cats doing shit like this. I think the idea of like knowing that they're walking on all fours, hunting, killing mouse and things, my brain just has a really hard time comprehending. There's objectively nothing wrong with that. I just have like a really hard time with it. So I read it, moved on. Then I read King of Ashes, which is S.A. Cosby's new novel. It came out in June, and it was also like really good. It was a 4.25. My big issue with this one was just the simple fact that like it is on the more, I don't know, the third act was really like a mess for me, and it did hurt my experience a bit. Also, the ending felt like really abrupt and really rushed. It felt like the first book in like a duology or even like a trilogy or something, and I don't believe this is the first book in a duology or a trilogy. I think it's just a novel, and that does hurt my score because I don't think the story for me personally is over yet, even if it's for him. So yeah, I would recommend it though. I really enjoyed myself. I'm excited to pick up more S.A. Cosby. I think he is a phenomenal writer. Hello vlog, I'm gonna come here and update you guys because I just realized I haven't been, and this vlog I think is ending in like 2 or 3 days, and so I feel like I should come in here and say hi. Now I'm like 90% into The Friend Zone by Javier Mendez because both annoyed me, intrigued me, made me feel emotions, but also made me kind of hate feeling emotions for it. There's aspects of the book that are really, really bad that I guess I've seen a lot of people talk about online, and yeah, everybody said if you're gonna read Javier Mendez, you start with her original stuff and then you can build up into her other stuff. So reading the original trilogy, I thought it was good. I mean, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. But these two people who, we have our main character, Christian, she's in a relationship with another guy who's deployed, he's a Marine. And then we have another Josh, who is love interest, comes into her life as a carpenter for her business that she runs, and it's an instant collection, like they're instantly in love, okay? And she's still in this relationship, so she won't do anything, and they don't do anything until other things start to happen or whatever. That's like the trajectory of the story. And that's all I have for you. I've not done a lot of reading. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. How am I loving the book now? What is it? Yeah, we're too far into this week. We'll try it next week. Hello, I'm going to quickly come in here and close out this reading vlog because it will be going up relatively shortly. First things first, on the last day of this vlog, which was a few days ago, I did end up finishing, well, I finished Friend Zoned, which I think I've briefly talked about. That's for a series overview video, but with Friend Zone in particular was a 3.25. Then I read All-Star Superman on Sunday. I went and saw All-Star Superman, so I read Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 is a 3.5, Volume 2 is a 3, so we're going to say it's a 3.25 as a compendium. And it's okay. This follows a different Superman. He's a little bit further on in life, and he's in a relationship with Lois, and these are like short stories taking place in this world Grant Morrison had created. And I read Brand Image by Kogo. Brand Image is a horror that's coming out, I think today or tomorrow or something along those lines, like July 14th, 15th. And I got a copy of it. I gave it a 2.5. There's one story in here in particular which is so disgustingly horrible. I don't even understand why it exists. Those are the books that I read to close out this vlog. That being said, if you guys enjoyed, I'll see you next time for another review of one, and goodbye.